We begin today's wrestling news and rumors video with some huge news and speculation regarding Charlotte Flair's status in WWE, and what could really be going on with Charlotte's status in the company. Now, as most of you are likely aware, Charlotte Flair has been in the wrestling news headlines for much of the past couple of weeks, with Charlotte having a ton of backstage heat recently for her antics on television, like going off script and clearly being in business for herself, as well as allegedly being extremely difficult to work with behind the scenes and isolating herself from the rest of the roster backstage, which has garnered Charlotte a bad image among the WWE locker room. It has even got to the point where a lot of the women's division in WWE are refusing to work with Charlotte Flair due to her behavior, with it evident that Charlotte Flair is only concerned about her own status in WWE lately. While it was later reported that Charlotte Flair would not really be getting in any kind of real trouble behind the scenes in WWE for her behavior, considering she is one of the top women's division stars in the company, according to a new backstage rumor, while WWE would not likely ever release or fire Charlotte Flair regardless of what she does, apparently Charlotte Flair could be looking to find a way out of her WWE contract, and her behavior lately is basically to get WWE so upset and angry that they eventually grant her release, with the rumors and speculation being that Charlotte Flair wants to make the move over to AEW All Elite Wrestling, where she will be able to spend more time with her fiancé Andrade, as well as have a fresh start in AEW, where she feels she could receive better booking, which definitely is a bit surprising considering Charlotte is one of the most pushed women's division stars in WWE history. Now, it's likely that Andrade's influence is partly why Charlotte Flair could be trying to get out of her WWE contract, with Andrade making his feelings clear since his release that he was incredibly unhappy in WWE, and has been so much happier in AEW, and that's clearly starting to rub off on Charlotte Flair, who has not been all too happy in WWE lately. Despite being one of Charlotte Flair's massive supporters behind the scenes in WWE, Vince McMahon has reportedly been very unhappy and disappointed with Charlotte Flair's recent behavior, and although it would definitely be surprising to see Vince grant Charlotte Flair's release from WWE regardless of that, with the way 2021 has gone as far as releases and firings from WWE, more shocking things have happened in the recent past, with The Fiend Bray Wyatt being as shocking or even more shocking of a release than Charlotte Flair would be. It seems like Charlotte Flair is essentially forcing her way out of the WWE, with Flair feeling as though she has accomplished everything she wants in WWE, and that AEW would be something fresh and new for her career. The relationship between Charlotte Flair and WWE was strained even more after Ric Flair's release earlier this summer, with Ric himself even asking for his own release. And while Charlotte Flair has still been booked quite well since these incidents, Charlotte Flair is not in the good books of really anyone behind the scenes in WWE, and if this continues, Charlotte could very well be granted her release so that she can move on over to AEW. And while Charlotte Flair would be a pretty big loss for WWE, it would definitely allow some more underrated women's division stars in the company to get a chance to shine without Charlotte Flair always being in the top storylines, so some good could definitely come from it, and Charlotte would be a huge addition to AEW's women's division for sure. With all of this being said, do you think Charlotte Flair is making the right choice by forcing her way out of WWE to instead join AEW if that's really what's happening? Or is Charlotte better off staying put in WWE? Again, it does not seem like the WWE would actually grant Charlotte Flair's release because of her star power, regardless of what she does or how she carries herself behind the scenes, but it is clear that Charlotte is not worried about getting released whatsoever, and could very well be wanting it to happen so that she can go to AEW. Now, as many of you would likely agree, Nia Jax was one of the most shocking WWE releases last week during the surprise 18 superstar firings, because while Nia Jax was far from being popular or well liked by most fans because of her reckless style in the ring and her inability to work a safer way, it was still a bit shocking to see WWE release Nia Jax, who is in fact the cousin of The Rock. However, while Nia Jax was just released last week, there has already apparently been some support behind the scenes in WWE for the company to bring back Nia Jax, with Paige posting a photo last week on social media with the hashtag #BringBackNia. Now, it's unknown right now if WWE would actually really consider bringing Nia Jax back to the company, but let us know if you agree with Paige and other stars that Nia Jax deserves to be brought back to the company, and that a release from WWE was a mistake. Do you feel like WWE made a mistake in releasing Nia Jax and should reconsider their decision, or was this the right call on Vince McMahon's part and that WWE should not rehire Nia Jax? Sound off in the comment section below. As many of you are likely aware, at the upcoming Survivor Series 2021 pay-per-view event, the marquee match will see SmackDown's Universal Champion Roman Reigns face off against Raw's WWE Champion Big E. And while Roman Reigns has been booked as a completely unstoppable monster on SmackDown lately, a new shocking backstage rumor has revealed that Vince McMahon has some truly surprising plans in store for Roman Reigns, and Roman is now sadly in great danger of taking a major loss and losing his undefeated streak in 2021. On Friday Night SmackDown in the past couple of weeks, the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns has set out to destroy the New Day's Kofi Kingston and King Woods, with Roman Reigns and the Usos laying out the New Day just last week on SmackDown. And apparently this is all a part of a major swerve or unexpected moment to occur at Survivor Series 2021, one that will not be received well by Roman Reigns' fans. According to one of our sources, while most fans would expect for Roman Reigns to come out of Survivor Series victorious and defeat the WWE Champion Big E, in a big shocking swerve, Vince McMahon is now reportedly planning for Big E to defeat Roman Reigns with a bit of help from the New Day at the pay-per-view later this month, with Vince feeling as though Roman Reigns needs a loss to keep fans guessing, and that it is the perfect loss for Roman Reigns to take, as he will not be losing his Universal Championship, and at the same time, it will do wonders to add credibility to Big E's WWE title reign. But nonetheless, Roman Reigns would be losing his undefeated streak in 2021. And let us know your thoughts on these new rumors and speculation. Now, without question, Ricochet is one of those NXT call-ups to the WWE main roster that has not been utilized to its fullest abilities whatsoever, with many fans complaining that WWE have continued to waste and mistreat Ricochet, and that Ricochet should be considering to leave WWE and join AEW, where he would receive better booking. However, it may not be quite time for fans to throw in the towel when it comes to Ricochet, because according to a new backstage rumor, since joining SmackDown during the 2021 draft, Vince McMahon is apparently willing to try and give Ricochet another chance with a small push, hence why Ricochet recently had a high-profile match on SmackDown against former WWE Champion Drew McIntyre, and even though Ricochet lost, Vince was reportedly impressed with Ricochet's abilities, and a mid-card title run on SmackDown could soon follow if all things go according to plan, which is definitely good news for Ricochet's fans.